It's time for Lion Athletics on your new home for Baxter Springs High School sports, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by It's time for Baxter Springs High School Athletics on your new home for the Lions.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome out here to Southeast Kansas in the Lancer Classic, where tonight your Baxter Springs Lady Lions take on the Columbus Titans. I'm Daryl McLeod, alongside me Sarah Gomel, simulcasting tonight on Baxter Springs Sports Live and Columbus Sports Live. Shout out to all the people not able to make it down here to Southeast at this ungodly hour of 4 p.m.
It's during my nap time.
This is nap time, yeah. I'm not used to going live until about 6, so this is kind of wild. But yes, Baxter Springs Lions versus Columbus Titans tonight, a rematch of the match that they had last week where the Titans would take the victory over the Lions in very, very easy fashion. A very dominant victory for the Titans with Ellie Helms at the front of that, as well as Katie Mooney scoring a good amount of the points for the Titans. As far as the Lions go, they're going to need a good performance from Micah Adams if they plan to have any sort of luck in this game. If they want to get that revenge match and get a win in the win column, they're going to need that for them. We're not in the post-game show. We're in the pre-game show. That is presented by none other. Well, never mind. It's going to take me a second to get that. But it's presented by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. WDM, thank you guys so much for sponsoring. Well, we got about 30 seconds remaining until this game starts. It's going to be a big matchup in that girls' side of the tournament, round robin style now for this loser side of the bracket. Columbus faced the devastating loss against College Heights Cougars Wednesday at 4, where they would fall to them, and they got pushed off to the round robin bracket. So they're going to be facing off against the Baxter Springs Lions in a rematch match. And then later, I believe they decided they're going to play that game on Monday. They'll be playing against Southeast Lancers in that round robin style format. As you can see there on your screen, that's how everything plays out. As far as your Baxter Springs Lions goes, we're going to be playing against Southeast tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. I am unsure whether or not we'll have that broadcast here for you. There might be some difficulties to get it to you guys. We're still on the fence of whether or not we're going to produce it. But for right now, have it in mind that it'll be here on Baxter Springs Sports Live. But it's a Saturday, so you should be able to go out and see your daughter play basketball, or niece, or granddaughter too. So if you can't get down to Southeast, we'll have that here for you guys, hopefully, on Baxter Springs Sports Live. On the boys' side of the bracket, the Lions will take on Parsons later tonight. Columbus took the loss against the Parsons Vikings. I'm going to get out my handy-dandy little whiteboard tool.
Oh, yeah. This is a different stream than last night.
Exactly. Columbus, unfortunately, lost to the Parsons Vikings last night against Parsons. They lost. Parsons, a very good team in this tournament. The reigning defending two-time world heavyweight champions, Parsons Vikings, where they actually would defeat the runner-ups in last year's tournament, the Baxter Springs Lions. So we get to face them in the second round here. So expect a good matchup for that. Columbus is going to take on Neodesha. Carson Cobb going to be on the call for that later tonight. Him and Slade will take that one. It'll be live for you guys at 7 p.m. in this very gym, where I get to laugh at Carson, because he doesn't have tape for his table. So it's going to be quite nice. In case you didn't know, these bleachers are very, very tiny. Most people don't even fit on them.
Any wrong move, and the bleacher is now unlevel.
Yes.
So if there's any shakiness, our apology.
I apologize, because one little kid decides to jump, and that's that. Well, that's going to end the pregame show here, the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. Adams has it, wing 3, no good off that front iron. Helms going to bring it up for the Columbus Titans. She'll pass off to Mooney. Mooney back to Helms. They're going to call a travel on Helms. So that'll be a turnover on the Titans. Helms, just a sophomore. Plenty of good years of basketball ahead for her. Plenty of good years of basketball for the Columbus Titans ahead, as they are a very youthful roster, despite just the few seniors that they have on this team. Adams now on the wing. She'll take it back to the top of the key. And that ball's going to be stolen away by Harmon. Harmon working around inside, goes up over Adams. Doesn't make the shot. Johnson with the rebound. Outside Mooney, her 3 ball, no good as well. Helms gets the rebound. Another offensive rebound for the Titans. She'll work all the way down low, pass it off Johnson's shoe. And that one will roll out of bounds off of Berggraf's hand, so it'll stay in Titans' possession. This old gym here in Southeast, well,
It holds so many memories for me playing travel ball.
I always can remember playing travel basketball here. Never one of my favorite places to play.
This is like the loser's bracket.
This has always been the loser's bracket side. Ever since they built that new gym, this has been the home to all the losers brackets in Southeast.
I will say, we did win one tournament, if you're curious, here.
Yeah.
But all the other times, we've been in here.
Typically, we see JV games in here as well. Always good to see people playing basketball, getting ready for the future athletics that they might have. Mooney sinks the free throw, secures the end one. They lead 3-0 going into this one. Weaver trapped up on the corner. It's going to be poked away. It'll go off the hands of Adams in the end, so they're going to say it's Titan basketball. Also, we apologize for not being able to really get you the full court. There's no Atlas on the other side where the bleachers are bigger by 1 row, of course. Not, they're not too much bigger, but
I was going to say, are you crazy?
they're bigger by 1 row, and you'd be able to see the full court. And if we angle it down any, you can't see the rim.
You'll never know if anyone makes a basket or not.
Helm's going to get called for another travel. So another turnover for Helms. Coach Blankenship telling her to Coach Leake telling her to slow down before she gets going. Well, I got a little baffled there. Blankenship is the coach for the Cougar Heights Cougars, the College Heights Cougars. Man, my words are flowing today. Tell you what. I don't know if you guys noticed there, but that basketball hit our bleachers, and our scoreboard camera went awry.
How rude.
Indeed. Another turnover for the Lions, so it'll be Titan basketball. 6:35 remaining here in the first. Baxter Springs Lions trying to get their first win of the regular season outside of tournament play.
This is still tournament play, so
They're trying to get their first win in the regular season outside of tournament play. They're still trying to win. I know that this is tournament play, Sarah.
So it's not in the... You're not understanding.
Let me continue. That ball on the ground going to be recovered by Johnson, so Titans will take back possession. Lions still trying to get their first victory of the regular season outside of tournament play. Like I was saying before, they'll take on the Columbus Titans later on February 13th.
Okay. I was going to say...
I don't know why you didn't just let me go. I understand we're still playing tournaments here. I don't know why you just didn't let me go on my little rant there.
You just took a long pause, and I thought you were just...
You didn't give me a second to pull up the schedule. Swear.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Can't have anything in this area. Also, it's bothering me that they don't put a 0 on the scoreboard. I hate it just being blank. Harmon has it inside, passes down low to Johnson, goes through every hand in the area. Adams passes ahead to Weaver. Weaver getting trapped in the corner, passes inside to Burgraff. Burgraff trying to go down low. It's poked away by Mooney. Mooney elects not to dive into the stands. Smart choice, as she would have ended up with probably a concussion.
It's just concrete from here.
It really is. I'm not even sure what these bleachers are made out of. I think they're made out of steel.
Wood.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Sorry, I'm not functioning on all high powers right now.
Inbounded to Vestal. Vestal will throw up a shot. No good. Rebounded down low. Helms will take it up the floor for the Titans. Crosses half court. She's going quick. She's going to stop on the wing and pass it off to Johnson. Johnson now over to Mooney. Mooney is guarded by Cassida. Now Cassida backs off. Helms, wing three. No good. Rebounded Johnson outside Mooney. Her three ball will rattle out as well. Johnson gets the rebound down low. She's going to get fouled on that shot, so she'll get sent to the free throw line.
You know what's also bothering me?
What's that?
That they don't have like the amount of fouls they have for each team. The team fouls.
Yeah, that does bother me a lot.
Yeah.
I wish.
We're gonna have to rely on looking at the.
Well, the scoreboard's incredibly tiny. So Baxter Springs going to take a timeout. We'll just keep it here. Was it a 30-second or a full? 30 seconds. Yep, there it was. So a 30-second timeout here for the Lions. We'll keep it here. Talk a little bit about the future for the Lions. Coming up after this tournament, they play on the 26th of January, of course. That's a Friday night matchup.
Against Riverton, I believe.
It'll be in Baxter Springs against Riverton. And like I said earlier, they're trying to get their first win of the regular season. They're 0-6 so far in league play. 0-6 so far against opponents. They're 0-1 in district play right now. So trying to get into the win column. It just hasn't been a very fruitful season for the Lions yet. But there's still plenty of season left to play.
They did get that one win down in Welch.
It is true. They are not completely defeated. They have...
It would just be nice to get some more wins under their belt.
They have a win over... Was it Welch themselves that they won over? I believe it was Welch, yes. The Welch Knights, I think it was.
No, it was the Engineers.
Engineers, the...
Yeah. Can never forget that mascot.
Oh, man. I can't remember.
Watts.
Watts, Engineers.
You literally
That's
said
perfect.
it too.
That's perfect. Watts.
Maybe that's why they did it.
I think so. Helms gets away with the steal. Adams loses it. Down low Johnson. Her layup's good. So now a 9-point lead for the Titans. Just 9 points scored in the game. After they play the Riverton Rams, they'll have their matchup against the St. Mary's Colgan Panthers. Panthers going to come to Baxter Springs. Simpson going to get called for the tripping foul. Stuck out her foot a little bit. Sent Adams to the ground. Trying to stop her in her tracks. Weaver gets the inbound from Turley. She'll take one dribble and shoot. No good. Rebounded by Helms. She'll get fouled by Adams. Good foul by Adams to stop her from going past. So yes, St. Mary's Colgan Panthers going to travel to Baxter Springs and take them on. Titans already in the double bonus. With 4 minutes remaining in the first. First free throw from Helms is no good. After the Panthers, the Bulldogs will play the Baxter Springs Lions again at Baxter Springs. Then a much-awaited rematch, as there's probably a bad taste in their mouth from the first game when we're talking on the men's side. The Frontenac Raiders is who we'll play on February 9th. Helms takes to the rack. Adams going to hit the mats hard. She'll get up and walk it off. Helms will get sent to the free throw line. And then, of course, the 13th, Columbus versus Baxter Springs once again, traveling over to Columbus for that one. Carson, Cobb, and Slade will be on the call for that one. They'll be able to take it over on Columbus Sports Live. They should simulcast it to Baxter Springs. A couple of offensive rebounds for the Titans, but nothing going. Turley now up the floor for the Lions. She tries to pass down low to Burgraff, sends it into the cheerleaders. So it'll be Titan basketball. Helms brings it up the floor for the Titans. Go off the hands of Katie Simpson down low. So it'll be Lion basketball. 3:26 remaining in the first. 11-0 the score. Burgraff has it. It'll be taken away by Mooney, so they're going to call it jump ball, and that'll make it Titan basketball.
I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. That popcorn smells so good right
The
now.
popcorn. Always a
I'm a popcorn fanatic, I would think.
most wanted prize at basketball games. I can't say I ever have popcorn outside the movie theater or
Any
your
sport.
local high school concession stand.
Yeah. Not even high school, anywhere.
Very occasionally, I'll make popcorn at my house, but
I think the best popcorn I've ever had was either at Galena or Colgan.
Popcorn ratings, eh? I like Gerard's popcorn, but sometimes it's just not salty enough.
You know,
They don't really butter it.
I can critique it because I've made it,
Yeah.
but it's just too salty. And that's all the flavor you can get.
It's true.
But it's still a good, I'll still eat it.
It's very good. Very good. I wish it was butterier.
That's a word.
More buttery, if you will. So I always enjoyed that. I've had popcorn once for a Columbus football game.
Was it good?
It was. It's pretty
They
good.
also have good popcorn.
They have pretty good popcorn. Shout out to the Titans.
I
For
have
having good popcorn.
yet to get any popcorn from Baxter, but next home game, I'll get some and try it and rate it on my scale.
Oh, well, I apologize for everyone watching on Columbus Sports Live. I just realized our stream went down. I had to restart it there. But we're back here on Baxter Springs and Columbus Sports Live. I do apologize for that. Trust me. You haven't missed much in this game. It's been all Titans so far. Already in the double bonus, being sent to the free throw line a bunch of times. Helms gets called for 2 turnovers in this game, but also running up the points as well. She's had a pretty good performance so far. And Katie Mooney playing some stellar defense has resulted in allowing no points for the Lions. So that's a little recap of what's happened so far. I do apologize for it just didn't go live for some reason. I had to go back to it. I just now realized that I was wondering why there was no viewer popping up for that one, and it kept saying there was a viewer waiting. Should have noticed sooner. I apologize for that. Passed ahead to Weaver. Weaver has it on the wing. She's guarded by Mooney. Now Hamble passes inside Weaver, poked away by Green. Morales will throw up a shot. No good. Green with the rebound. Mooney now. Going to slow things down and bring it up the floor. Try and milk the rest of this first quarter clock. We're here in the old gym in Southeast. As Sarah and I referred to it earlier for everyone on Baxter Springs Sports Live. The JV gym. Also the loser's bracket gym, if you will.
In every tournament.
It feels like ever since they built that new one, that one's poked away by Johnson. She'll pass ahead to Mooney. Mooney inside, goes up with the contact on Morales. No foul called. And then they're going to call a foul on Green, I believe. Excuse me, they'll call it that on Johnson. But yes, here in the old gym, set up always as wonderful as, well, as any basketball gym there is. Reminds me of my uncle's garage. Set up a basketball goal in there, and man, oh man, do you got a performance. Mooney steals it away. Still playing great defense. Circles all the way around to the other corner. Shoots up a three, no good. Simpson goes up, fights for the rebound, and she'll end up tackling Turley down low. Looks like she dead-legged her a little bit. She's going to try and walk that one off.
This does remind me of I think it's the activity center at Colgan.
Yes, the old gym at Colgan. This is very similar to that. I would agree with that.
Just the lighting, the floor.
Yep, that's very fair. Even the colors somewhat similar. The white ceilings, everything brick.
How low it is.
Everything brick and painted white. Yeah, you shoot up a half-court shot, that is hitting the ceiling, for sure. Titans on offense now, inside Johnson, a well set up play. She'll get fouled by Turley down low and get sent to the free throw line. It also kind of reminds me of the old gym at Frontenac. Frontenac has 3 gyms. They have the middle gym, the old gym, and the brand new fancy dancy one.
I wouldn't, no.
What?
I wouldn't say that this reminds me of the old Frontenac gym.
No, the old Frontenac gym is much bigger, I will say.
Yeah.
It has a top row seating to it and everything.
It does have the bowl effect, though, like that we have going on.
So that's what I was that's what I feel like I was comparing it to in a way. If there's any noise whatsoever, that's going to be echoing. It always makes it electric whenever there's a lot of fans in that old gym at Frontenac, at least. That's just what I have experience in. Because if there's a lot of fans in there and they're shouting, yelling, hollering, cheering for their team, then man, oh man, does it get loud. Because of just the echoing, all the reverberations going off all the walls. It just makes it spectacular. You can't hear anything.
I feel like old gyms just hold memories.
Yeah.
You know?
And years of people's lives.
Like a vibe to it that just makes it comforting.
Memories of the war. Mooney knocks down the first free throw.
You get Vietnam flashbacks when you walk in.
Layla Weaver entered the game for the Lions. Titans are 4-5 outside of tournament play this year. Running that classic free throw fast break where you pass down, and then someone comes into the block. Turley tries to flop. Doesn't get the call, but it'll be rebounded by Weaver. Pass ahead to Morales. Down low, Campbell. Campbell loses the ball. And that's going to be the old buzzer sound. So 21-0 is the score. Titans leading by a large margin over the Lions. Handling business here in the first game of the round robin side of the bracket. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Welcome back, everybody, to Baxter Springs Sports Live here in Southeast Kansas and the Lancer Classic. Ladies taking on the first round of round robin play. They'll have their second game tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. We're hopefully going to have that game here for you guys, but we're still unsure of whether or not we'll be able to make it down here, as some people have work in the morning. Some people being Daryl McLeod. Turley bringing it up the floor for the Lions. Campbell now passes across court to Morales. Morales' three ball, no good. Rebounded by Harmon. Harmon will pass ahead to Helms, and she's going to go cross court to Mooney, and it goes right into the hands of Morales.
She looked a little surprised.
Campbell will pull up a shot, no good. Rebounded. Passed off to Helms. 7 minutes remaining here in the second. 24-0 is the score. Lions trying to break the goose egg, both on the scoreboard and on their record for the season. Of course, they do have one win down in Welch, Oklahoma, playing against the Watts Engineers in the first round of that bracket.
It was a good win, too.
It was a good win, a very dominating victory over the Watts Engineers, and you kind of felt like maybe they'd be able to take that momentum and push forward a little bit, because it really was a great game for the Lions. They were playing great defense, getting steals, and on the offensive side of the ball, it seemed like they couldn't miss a shot. But then after that tournament, it seemed like things slowed down once again, and even in that tournament, they would go on to face, I believe they faced Welch, Oklahoma next, the actual Welch team.
Mm-hmm.
And they would face a loss against them. Of course, they also had a monster on their team.
Didn't they play that gray team, or is that Welch?
I believe that was Fairland, because both teams ended up playing Fairland in the end. The Owls.
Yeah, because that was so... Yeah.
And Quapaw, that was the game we watched beforehand, because we had to wait for a game in between. It was Quapaw versus, I believe, Fairland, to decide who would go on, and that was an intense game, I'll tell you what.
The championship game?
Yeah, because we had to wait for the third place game to be played. Weaver, not very comfortable going to the left, tries to take it cross court. Turley throws up a three, no good. Morales going to get called for it over the back. So Titans will inbound down low. Later tonight, we'll have boys action. 8:30 p.m. We'll be back in the good gym for that one.
Well, okay, let's say both gyms have disadvantages. The good gym, we're in that little press box, so you can't see the full court. That's one of the only disadvantages.
That is true, and while I would agree with you, I also can't see the corner of the court over there because there's people. So, it is what it is. No court is perfect unless you're in FedEx Arena.
I was going to say Baxter.
Yes, Dennis R. Burke Gymnasium is quite perfect for our setup, I will say. It's very nice to be there. Adams throws up the layup, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Passed ahead to Helms. Fast break Duncan coming from Harmon. She'll pull up the layup, didn't want to show off. 29-0 is the score.
Was that Lily Brown?
Yeah.
We were saying she could dunk.
She can dunk. She just doesn't. She's just being humble.
She just needs to one time. Get it out of her system.
She's just being humble. I know she is. She's too good of a person to dunk. Which, in the Liberal tournament, which they're playing in right now, Lily Brown scored 50 points in a game. I don't know if that's the school record, but dang it, it's got to be close.
It's got to be
if it's
close.
Not, scored 50 points in a 92-18 victory over, I don't remember the team name, but kind of overkill from Coach Farabi. Definitely kept Brown in because she wanted her to score that 50. Off-balance shot, no good for Campbell. And Harmon has a fast break, goes into the contact from Morales, puts up the easy two. Lions going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. You're watching Baxter Spring Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66.
Welcome back, everybody, to Southeast Kansas on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Simulcasted over to Columbus Sports Live as well. I'm Daryl McLeod. Alongside me, Sarah Goebel. Rough performance so far for the Lions. A good performance by the Titans. A little slow going in the first quarter, but then they would explode and have a 31-point lead. Burgraff nails the shot, so that'll get the goose egg off the board. Also will help our scoreboard a little bit, because I hate when they just have that. They don't put a 0 up or anything. They just leave it black. Another disadvantage of the old gym. Helms has it on the wing. She's guarded by Weaver. Now Green to Harmon. Harmon in the corner. Passes inside Helms. Helms tries to go through Vestal. She'll pass back out to Simpson. Simpson's 3-ball is nothing but net. Also, I apologize if our scoreboard looks a little off at any time. One movement by one little kid, and the whole this entire side of the court turns into an earthquake. That 3-ball, no good. Helms will come down with a rebound. Passes down low. Now Harmon. Going to get called with a double dribble. So yeah, like I was saying, we got boys action tonight.
They play the Vikings, am I right?
Baxter Springs Lions facing off against the Parsons Vikings. Parsons able to come home with the victory against Columbus last night. So Columbus will move on to that loser side of the bracket and face off against the Neodesha Blue Streaks. They should have a fairly easy time getting the victory over the Blue Streaks, as Baxter was able to handle them pretty well last night. Columbus and Baxter, two very close teams. I imagine the matchups for the future will be as close as they are now.
I'm excited to see the next time the two teams play.
Indeed.
See what happens.
I'm excited to see how it turns out when Baxter has to travel over to Columbus to play them.
Very different energy not having that student section.
It's very true. Home court advantage is real for a reason. When you have your fans supporting you, there's nothing quite like it. So Columbus looking to get that win over them later in the season. Always good to get wins later in the season to help boost your confidence going into sub-state, because that's all that's on anyone's mind when going into this later half of the season. 34-4 is the score. Burgraff knocks down those free throws. Helms, nice little Euro step inside. Can't get the shot to go. Titans 4-5 on the regular season. Their girls facing some tough losses as well as some good wins. They've been very middle of the road as far as that goes. Some nights they are just the best of anyone in the league, and some nights it can be definitely a downside to their performances. Definitely some wins on the season that they should have had. Harmon can get fouled on her shot. She'll get sent to the free throw line. 2 shots. That's Green. Titans will have a rematch against the Lions. Another one, a third game, if you will, on February 13th. Travel down to Columbus to face off against them. Carson Cobb will be on the call for that one over on Columbus Sports Live. Second free throw's no good. Simpson gets the rebound, passed inside to Harmon. Harmon will go up, misses, rebounded by Green, blocked down by Vestal. Now Adams. She's going to push the floor for the Lions. Lions going to get called for a travel. That's Turley. So it'll be another turnover for her in this matchup. Vikings and Lions playing later tonight for a chance to go on to the championship of this Lancer Classic. It'll be a rematch of last year's championship, where the Vikings would take home the victory over the Lions. Mooney's three is good. Able to take home the victory against the Lions last year and take home that first place trophy. Coach Roberts going to call a timeout, so we'll take another timeout with them. Be back in a minute. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Quality.
Welcome back, everybody, to Southeast Kansas. Titans 38-4 lead over the Baxter Springs Lions. Lions come into this tournament with only one win under the belt on the entire season, which came down to Welch, Oklahoma. They've been unable to get into the win column. Besides that, they're 0-1 in district play right now. So we'll have to see how the rest of the season goes for the Lions. Titans coming off a tough loss to the College Heights Cougars. A game they probably should have won, but was just dominated down low by Fanning. Fanning of the Cougars. I don't remember her first name. I'm still trying to think of it. But she just played smooth. She was the tallest girl on the floor, but not by a large margin. She just seemed like every single time she turned around and shot up a shot, it was going in. Seemed like there was nothing that the Titans could do to stop her either. Harmon on the wing. She'll go inside. Passes out Mooney. Top of the key three. No good. Rebounded by Weaver. Weaver passes off to Turley. And Turley will bring it up the floor for the Lions. Weaver goes baseline. Tries to pass it to Turley, but it'll go off the leg of Katie Simpson. 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 38-4 is the score. Up top pass. Adams and Weaver have a miscommunication. Excuse me, Adams and Turley. But they'll get the ball. Weaver now on the wing. She's guarded by Harmon. Passes inside Burgraff. Intercepted by Johnson. Johnson now weaving through traffic. There, she's going to get called for the travel. Reset her pivot foot a few times. That's a couple travels on the night for the Titans. Adams tries to pass to Weavers. Taken away by Green. Green now with a left-handed layup. She'll miss, but get fouled down low by Adams. So she'll get sent to the free throw line for a chance to extend their lead to 36. First free throw is nothing but net. Straight silk. Silk Sonic.
I was thinking Bala Shaka. Had to pull that one out of the memory box.
Second free throw no good. Rebounded by Simpson. First shot no good. Rebounded by Vestal. Weaver. Spin move on Mooney. Gets by her. But Mooney will end up getting back on defense. Weaver cuts inside. Her move. Enough to get her to the basket, but not enough to make the shot. And then a foul on Vestal.
Now we're not going to shoot two?
I don't believe they're in the bonus this quarter.
Oh, does it reset every quarter? I thought it reset at half. Oh, I don't think I really mattered. There's what?
Oh, it would have given them more points.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, at half, 39-4 is the score. Titans with a large lead over the Lions, looking to take home the first victory of the round robin side of the back bracket.
Beckett.
Yeah, bracket. Southeast getting ready to play, the Southeast boys. All these games were pushed back due to the snow days earlier this week. So we have a mix of games going on tonight. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency halftime show on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-State Agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live, simulcasted to Columbus Sports Live. I'm Daryl McLeod. Alongside me is Sarah Goebel. Well, tough game so far for the Lions. 39-4 is the score. They trail to the Titans. Titans' last regular season victory was against the Lions, where they would hand it to them, with, for lack of a better phrase, beat them handily. It was a similar scoring fashion for them in that game that it is in this one. Large lead for them there. Of course, that's how that rolls. for them in this game. We'll have to see how that goes later on. Let me clear my whiteboard for you guys. It won't escape. I'll fix it in a second. But as you can see there, updated for you guys. Southeast and Riverton faced off against each other last night. Riverton was able to take home the win in that one. Parsons would take home the victory against the Baxter Springs Lions, and College Heights Cougars would beat the Columbus Titans in a tough fashion for that one. Some fans taking a picture down there. I stopped for a second. They were smiling over. I was like, "What is happening?"
Of us?
Just a little family taking pictures of the people on the bench. But as you can see, we got round robin play. Oh, there it is. Now it's back. Aha, there we go. We got round robin play on the left side of the bracket. Columbus and Baxter Springs facing off right now. Baxter Springs will take on Southeast tomorrow at 11:30 over in the nice gym. Southeast, of course, gets to choose where they play their games, so good for them. They always can choose where they're at. On the boys' side of the bracket, which hasn't been updated yet, but I can draw arrows for you guys. Baxter Springs moved on, took down the Neoda Blue Streaks, and Parsons would also move on, taking down the Columbus Titans. Columbus will play tonight against Neoda at 7 p.m. in this very gym. For all you listening on Columbus Sports Live, Carson Cobb will be on the call for that one. He'll have it live for you guys right here in just a few hours, actually. Got about 2 hours and 15 minutes until that one takes off. Coming up before that one, we'll have the Southeast game. I believe they're playing against Sunrise Christian because College Heights had an amazing comeback victory over Sunrise yesterday. And if I would have been smart enough and I would have had it all done and ready to go, I would have brought that broadcast to you guys and just showed you guys the end of that game because, man, it was a spectacular game. A comeback victory and a last-second shot for College Heights would give them the win over Sunrise after Sunrise had dominated the 3 quarters of basketball. It really was that true underdog story. So Riverton took home the victory over Southeast, and College Heights moved on to there. So that's how the semifinals look in that bracket. The winner tonight between Baxter Springs and Parsons will go on to that championship, and the loser will play that third place game Saturday at 4 p.m. for third place, obviously. That is the same case on the top side of the bracket between College Heights and Riverton. As far as that 7th place game goes, if Columbus takes home the victory over Neoda, which I'm not a betting man, but I'd say I would bet on them to win, because Neoda, not exactly the strongest team in this bracket. Baxter was able to take care of them last night in a doubling point victory, because they would double the points of the Neoda Blue Streaks to take home the win. So Columbus should move on, hopefully, obviously, knocking on the wood steel bleachers, and then they'll move on to play that consolation championship Saturday at 1 p.m. As for the Columbus girls, and their next game in this round robin, I believe it has been determined that they will play their game Monday night instead of trying to fit it in Saturday night. So they're going to play Monday night and have that one for you. Will be Carson Cobb. He's going to bring that action to you guys. Carson, always a very, very good broadcaster for everyone. Well, we got about a minute and 17 seconds until the end, until the end of this first half and the second half starts. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have second half action on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Down. Welcome back, everybody. Here had to get a little preview of my soundbite of the Waco commercial. Thank you so much to Leah Smith, as that halftime show was brought to you by Leah Smith Farms Insurance 4-state agency serving Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Leah and her team have the products, services, and experience you're looking for. Give them a call today and see why they are more than just insurance. Well, that's going to wrap up the halftime show here. And our scoreboard, Kim, has been fiddled with because of adults, not little kids. I'm not going to blame it on the little kids this time. Let kids be kids.
I hope you guys know that there's no little kids in here. Maybe like 2 or 3. But they have not been running around.
Yeah, I actually do not see any.
There's one down there, but that was it.
Well, it's... People understand when kids move around and mess up things. Because kids are kids and they're going to be free.
But sometimes you just gotta hold accountability.
Indeed. Going to be fouled down low, so she'll get sent to the free throw line. Free throw good. Second free throw's good. Knocks down both from the line. So it'll make it 41-4 with 6:40 remaining in the third. Adams going to have her pass taken away. Have the ball taken away from her. Mooney stops for a mid-range jump shot. No good. Casta going to be touching that ball way past the blue line out of bounds marker, which is not actually a line. I'm just now noticing this.
It's a little, what do you call that?
Right.
It's a little, like, it makes it easier to get onto the floor, like the gym floor, because the other floor is not even with each other. They're not flush. I cannot think of what that's called.
Well, yeah, I'm just now noticing most basketball courts have the flat, even court where it's just the out-of-bounds line just kind of separates the out-of-bounds line from the bleachers. But in this case, we have a little divide because what I'm assuming what Sarah said, where the outside part is not on the same level as the hardwood.
It's like a platform.
Am I correct in my assessment?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I don't know if it came out like that, but it's like the...
No, I'm just spoon-feeding spoons at that point. You said it correctly. I was just trying to put it in a way that I understood it.
Well, it looks like the old Fort Scott Community College gym, and so they redid it. I don't know if you've ever been in there, but...
I have not, personally.
It was actually... I'm not going to say that. Never mind.
It was actually what?
It was worse than this.
Oh. Southeast has a very nice court here.
Yeah.
I've been down talking the gym, of course, or talking in a negative connotation, if you will. I'm not exactly saying that. Of course, I'm just playing around. It's not obviously the nicest gym in the four-state area, but it's definitely not the worst either.
Well, I was saying like the floor was higher. I wasn't saying like necessarily it was a bad gym, but it definitely was uneven.
I get you. This gym here looks to be a little bit lower on the hardwood side and then a little bit higher when we come to the concrete side.
I would disagree, but...
Yeah, maybe my depth perception's off.
You might want to get your eyes checked.
20/20 vision.
It's okay, I'm 20/20 vision right now, but I have contacts in, so...
Loser. Adam passes off to Weaver. Weaver takes it right side. Little spin move on Helm. She'll pull up. And that's a shot good from the elbow. Playing around the world with the shots right now.
It's comeback season.
Indeed. Epic comeback starts right here. In the great words of Peyton Manning. Fun fact, he was playing ping pong when he said that, not football.
That was Forrest Gump.
Keep your eye on the ball. Harmon, nice little post move inside, gets fouled. So she'll get sent to the free throw line.
You know, Peyton Manning and Forrest Gump kind of look alike, if you think about it.
In a way. Tom Hanks is a phenomenal actor. Just gotta shout that out there in case Tom Hanks ever listens to this. First free throw is good from Harmon.
I mean, he landed a plane on the Hudson.
That's true. He's landed a plane on the Hudson. He's saved Private Ryan.
And he defeated communists by playing ping pong.
Defeated communists by playing ping pong.
And made a coconut friend.
It's true. Wilson, I believe, was his name. Simpson will enter the game for Harmon.
It wasn't a coconut, it was a volleyball. Right?
Well, yes. Volleyball.
Movie trivia.
Wilson. Let's see, what else has Tom Hanks done? He was Woody, the toy.
Oh, yeah.
In a Toy Story.
Say that one earlier.
I feel like that's his most iconic role.
I really don't watch a lot of movies because I'm a Gen Z and I have a short attention span.
I watch movies occasionally, but not often.
I'll get bored halfway through, but I truly haven't seen a bad Tom Hanks movie.
He's also A Man Called Otto.
Oh, never mind.
Which is based off the book A Man Called Ove. Very good book. I recommend reading it.
I wish I would have read the book before watching the movie, because when I watched the movie, it's not what I was expecting.
Oh, no.
It's a good movie.
I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but the perspective at the start of the book is not what it may seem. Helms passes down to Simpson, gets the ball back, doesn't shoot a three, will go inside instead. Passes off to Mooney, her three ball, no good. Mooney's outside shooting has been a little off in this game so far. However, she's made up for it on the defensive side of the ball, getting plenty of stops and hustle plays for the Titans. Her offense hasn't been needed exactly in this one. Titans have taken care of business on the offensive side of the ball. Helms, Harmon, and Green having very good games, along with Johnson. Johnson having a very good game on both sides of the ball. Campbell got to tie up the shoe. She will.
Yeah, the Titans are missing Gracie Major.
Yeah, she was missing from the start of this tournament. Didn't get the official report on that one.
I don't know this for sure, but I thought she dual sported, with wrestling. So maybe they have something wrestling. That's just grapevine.
I don't remember what Carson said she was out doing whenever he said she was missing from the lineup earlier this week. By earlier this week, I mean Wednesday. Because he had mentioned something about her. I don't remember what it was, but she's not on the roster for this game. Although she's not needed in this one. As the Titans are taking care of business, they have ensued their running clock. Trying to salt this game away. Fight for the ball. Turley will come down with it. Just 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. She's going to go right up the middle, throw up a shot. No good. That running floater is off. Green passes ahead to Helms. Helms gets it with 3 seconds remaining. Goes to the bucket. Spin around shot. Got to throw that one up there at the end. Get us some extra points. 51-6 is the score. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the remainder of this one on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Volker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Volker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Volker's smart cars. For seniors, Volker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Volker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at volkerdrug.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Here in Southeast in the Lancer Classic, playing the round robin side of the bracket right now. Titans having a dominating performance over the Lions, looking to match their performance from last Friday night, just a week before, where it would be a very similar victory for them. We got a host of new faces on the floor for the Titans. Lions going to remain with that similar 5 that they've had all year long, except an addition of Allie Hall. Titans working the ball around the wing. And Turley going to poke that one away in the corner. She'll dribble around. Well, we're getting to the point, I think you already noticed, with all that Tom Hanks talk earlier, that we're digging into the blowout material for this game. It has reached a running clock with the score here in the 4th. So it'll be over here pretty soon. But still, finding something to talk about for the rest of that time is important. So I'm going to bring up our daily edition of Sneakerhead, because I've noticed on the floor right now, we've got some pretty interesting shoes.
Did you know Bailey Campbell has the same shoes as the Columbus Titans? The majority of them.
Yes.
I noticed that earlier, and then I saw a kid from Southeast, which he doesn't matter. He's an outside character right now.
Side character.
There we go. I was going to say NPC, but...
Poor NPC.
You know.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
the same shoes, actually.
You can see over there on the bench all the pink-colored shoes, and then the pink-colored shoes of Bailey Campbell running by. Yeah, so some neat shoes from her. Turley has some neat blue sneakers on. The lime green ones of Weaver are always a classic for this Lions roster. That 3 from Turley is no good.
I think she has the same shoes, like, correct me if I'm wrong, as Maggard.
They have similar. I think Gage Maggard has the Grinches, that they're a couple shades darker than that neon green. That jump shot good on the baseline. Also, I hope Carson Cobb held on to it, but the rosters for this tournament, you have to pay for them.
He bought one?
Yeah, they're $2.
That's a steal.
It's kind of a ripoff. They are very nice. Don't get me wrong. They're real nice. The media department for Southeast definitely used a printer for them.
A colored printer?
Perhaps.
That's crazy.
Might even laminated it or something. I don't know. There's something about it that's just different.
I remember in high school, if you used the color printer and you weren't supposed to, you would get in such big trouble.
I never got in trouble. I must have been a favorite or something.
Maybe it was only in certain classrooms.
Well, I never went to the library. I usually went to the library to get in trouble. I always went to the office, just snuck in and been like, I'm just picking up some papers for such and such teacher. That's how I got away with it.
I just always had technical difficulties and I would have to go into the office.
Be a full HD colored picture of George Washington.
Oh, and kids would...
My chemistry teacher wanted this, sorry. Turley inbounds to Adams on the wing. Corner 3 from Cassida. No good.
I remember kids would print out 100 copies of just one thing they needed because they were so impatient.
Sounds about right. Sometimes things don't work as fast with technology as you want it to.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's happened to us a few times here.
Hey, I don't
want to jinx anything, but...
You can't complain when you're in the old gym and you're still getting good Wi-Fi. Shout out to Southeast for that. We're still able to run 1080 here. A 1080p resolution, which basically for you guys just means it's going to look real nice.
Thanks for putting it in...
Layman's terms. Basically just means it's going to look real nice for you guys and not be so glitchy.
Oh. I was like, what are you doing?
That's all, folks.
Daffy Duck, right?
Looney Tunes. No. Looney Tunes. Classic.
Well, Daffy Duck was in Looney Tunes.
He's not the one that said it, though. I can't think of his name right now, but it's the pig.
Oh, Porky.
Porky. Yep. Of course it's Porky. Casta trapped on the wing by Mooney. She'll get out of it. Hand off to Adams. Back to Cassida now. Turley going to throw up a 3. No good.
Hot take. Didn't like Looney Tunes that much.
Oh, Looney Tunes is great.
I really like SpongeBob. And I like the educational shows that, like, you could just sit there and, like, now when I watch them, it just rots my brain. Because I'm like, how do you not know this?
Yeah.
Like, Team Umizoomi. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, I love Team Umizoomi. When I was a kid. Of course, now it's like, what shape is this? I'm going to sit there for about 5 seconds.
Square!
Yeah, so. That's our take on shows for today. 2:40 remaining in the fourth here. 56-8 the score. The Titans have officially square-rooted the score.
No.
Excuse me.
No.
Divisible by 7 here. We're divisible by 7.
I was like, how?
Give them another 8 points and they'll be there. Jump shot. No good. Rebounded. Going to go off the hands of a Titan. So it'll be out of bounds. Lion basketball.
Miss Jackson would have been ashamed of you.
I haven't done math in 5 months now.
I was working cows Thursday, which is yesterday. That's crazy how days work. And I couldn't count to 15, so I can't say too much.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. That's what a calculator is for.
You're never going to be allowed to use a calculator in high school.
Of course, if I end up pursuing this career in broadcasting, the math that I need to know goes in yards rather than integrals. So that's not really a big deal.
I opened my old calc book and it literally gave me PTSD.
No, I love calc. I miss it.
I love it and I miss it. But I just remember being like, I don't know why they're asking me this.
Yeah.
Like, what is the velocity of the water coming out of a cone into a square?
Math was my favorite subject just because they didn't have a media class.
Yeah. Except I didn't want a media class.
But now that I'm in college, I don't have to do math, which is actually kind of sad. I love math. The language of the universe.
At FSCC, they don't really offer a lot of math classes when I'm available or that I haven't taken yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of been really sad.
Scramble on the floor for the ball. Things getting interesting here in the last 20 seconds. Back and forth play. So that one's going to wrap it up here in Southeast Kansas in the Lancer Classic. Lady Lions going to fall to the Columbus Titans once again. They'll get another rematch later on this year. February 13th, I believe, is when that is coming up. But for now, they're going to have their second loss handed to them in this tournament and their second loss to the Titans. Titans, however, a good victory, a good comeback victory after losing to the College Heights Cougars last night. 2 nights ago, because that was Wednesday. So a good bounce-back game for them, hoping to take home the victory against Southeast, I believe, on Monday night. So they'll take a little breather here, get the weekend off, and then they'll be back for that one on Monday night. Carson Cobb will be on the call for that, and you guys can catch it here on Columbus Sports Live. That's for Baxter Springs Sports Live. We'll be back later tonight. Tune in for that one. 8:30 p.m. is the start time for the boys' game. They're going to play the Parsons Vikings. Sarah and I are going to go grab dinner and head right back here. We're going to catch the end of the Columbus game, of course, and then we'll be set and ready to go for the boys as they look to take home the victory against the Parsons Vikings. So that one is to play for the championship, so it's going to be a big game. If you can't make it down to Southeast at that time, or it's just too cold outside for you, then don't be afraid to tune in to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Catch it live for you guys. That's what we do it for. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the Bricks and Brews post-game show take a look back at that game as well as much more. We're going to make it brief, though, for you guys. But tough loss here tonight for the Lions. So we're going to have that break. When we come back, we'll have all that and more on Baxter Springs.
One in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep, feeling tired for no reason, feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live here in the Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub post-game show. The perfect post-game stop. Serving Baxter Springs, Kansas for over 20 years. Baxter's Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub is a taste bud trip down Route 66. Stop in and see them today for a good post-game meal. Well, it was a tough game for the Lions. You can see Sunrise getting ready to play their game against Southeast for the first game in the consolation bracket. And that one's going to be a good one between these two teams. They'll go on to play the winner against Columbus versus Neodesha later tonight. Carson Cobb will be on the call for that one. That one's going to take place at about 7 p.m. We got about 2 hours until that one kicks off. But for now, this is all I got. Tune in at 8:30 p.m. for the boys' game where they'll take on the Parsons Vikings. Aside from that, that's all I got from Baxter Springs Sports Live. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, Mom, and good night from Southeast Kansas.
You've been watching Baxter Springs Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by Thanks for watching, and remember to catch every second of the action right here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.